Okay, thank you very much. I will do the presentation in English. Um, uh, on 18th of August 2015, Ashley Madison database was published in the dark web. The applications were that you could check if your data or the data of someone you know was leaked into the data tab. In addition, there were websites that allow you not only to check the email addresses of someone you are interested in, but also to match it against data such as home and business addresses. These sites also provided information about users online, Ashley Madison greetings, sex, and ethnic groups. Everyone knows what Ashley Madison is? Ashley Madison is a website that if you're a married man, you want to meet a married woman, or etc., this enables you to do that. So this database, in fact, it leaked into the dark web. When I was a little younger, companies and individuals protected themselves by creating a wall. The idea was to create the best wall in town. If we manage to create a great wall, then nobody can penetrate our system, right? We could also conduct some anomalies investigations to see if we indeed were compromised, and maybe we do not know. However, today's enemy is totally aware of the kind of systems we have, and he has become much more sophisticated. As a result, we are getting attacked from places that we don't expect the enemy to be. The question is, has he become more clever, or have we become more naive? As you can see from the Israeli cyberspace landscape, there are many companies dealing with cyber defense. However, there is one field in particular I would like to focus on, because in our opinion, it is the key. What I'm referring to is cyber intelligence. Lately, a medium has been developed that enables something that, albeit is not new, to be taken to the extreme. This is called collective intelligence. We all may be very smart people. However, our combined intelligence is much greater than the sum. Sometimes, I'm amazed by the kind of creativity these people have. It seems that these guys have the ability to do whatever they want in life, which leads us to another question. What do they do what they do? Of course, you may think what chance to steal money. Enough money to win some distance in Island with someone you love for the rest of your life. But this reasoning does not take into account the irrational. As we all know, most of us assume that smart people are very rational, right? And this is very wrong. Every one of us act in irrational ways, given certain conditions. So the medium that enables all of this is called the dark web. So the web, as we all know, is huge. The deep web is 500 times bigger. It contains all the information you cannot reach with Google search, from your banking records to any database your organization protects with username and password, be it your customer list or employee salaries. So the deeper you go, the darker it becomes. The dark web is the home for cyber criminals. It is anonymous, and it is encrypted. Besides dealing with illegal activities such as child pornography, you can sell and buy everything from drugs to human organs. And you can also find content that can put both your personally and your organization in danger. These groups represent very dangerous. The dark web is comprised of open forums and closed forums and hybrid ones. These groups represent very dangerous organized crime. They have hierarchy with their own set of rules. In order to understand these groups and their players, and more importantly, protect your most valuable asset, it is crucial to understand their operations before it is too late. The way to do this is through profiling and patterning. Since these people hide and change their names and identities, we need to learn their modus operandi. So time provides leverage. In fact, it could give leverage to to you or to your enemy. The sooner you know about the attacks, the better you can protect yourself and your assets. A recent Ponemon study reveals that the number of hours to understand a threat to business operation is 238, with an average cost per hour of $167, resulting in an average forensics cost per incident of almost $40,000. There are many types of cyber attackers, from the identity thief, from the physical extortion. Almost any organization and individual is a potential target to these hackers. Take, for example, an identity theft case, where an impostor sells your home when you're abroad. You come back and you find another person who legally bought your home from someone who was saying it was you. This is a big problem. So incident responders must act quickly. Again, cyber events must be understood before they are implemented. When data leaks of sensitive information are occurring, it is of utmost importance to know the player and the groups involved, as it is almost the only way to understand the whole picture before, during, and even after the attack. So today we play defense. We put locks. We try to protect our weakest spots and to build strongest firewalls. However, when there is will, there is a way, and locks and firewalls are for honest people, and honest people are not citizens of the dark web. It is not possible to cover the dark web with avatars in the hope they will tell us what is happening and what they are doing. It is just too big and too complicated. So the right way will be then to focus on the entire cybercrime cycle, from the preliminary stage of target selection and planning to the later activities of selling the information of goods, all occurring within the dark web. So we need to understand that the dark web is actually a social network. People are working in groups to achieve their goals. Monitoring this group as they grow, change, and move from one place to another can help us to fully understand what their plans are. So what can cyber threat intelligence do for you? First, it can paint the bigger picture of key decision makers and places security operation ahead of the cyber attacker. Then it is an enabler of what is called active defense. Active defense is the deliberately planned and continuously executed campaign to proactively identify and eradicate hidden attackers and defeat likely threat scenarios targeting your most critical assets. So before you start an active defense planning, these are the questions that every organization needs to ask itself. However, in order to be able to plan an active defense, we need to do the former activities automatically, because the automatic monitoring can allow us to cover more ground and to analyze a more relevant data, which exposes both current and future threats, alerts, and data leaks. But even this will not be enough. It is then needed to analyze information with an analytic prediction layer that, based on the profiling patterns and other principles, can predict threats, prioritize them, and provide recommendations for different steps that can and should be taken to solve protection problems. Once it has answered them, then it must know who are the people and groups who perform this kind of attacks, why they do it, what is their internal organization, their modus operandi, in other words, what makes them tick. So even organizations with a security operations center, a SOC, often lack the capability to proactively search for cyber threats. And this is where active defense enhances our organizational effectiveness. By employing a deliberated operational cycle plan, execute and review intelligence-driven activities to implement target countermeasures, fortify defense, and hunt intruders. Active defense practitioners can provide the organization with the capability to identify and eradicate latent attackers that circumvent traditional security monitoring and target your intellectual property and business systems. One of the issues that is extremely important to recognize is what is called indicators of compromise with context, okay? So these are the questions that we need to answer in every organization. The when will be the situational awareness. The why is why someone is attacking us. Maybe they want to take something from us, or maybe they're using us as a QA or something else. The who will be the reputation, what they are trying to do, what is called reputational damage, or other type of damage. And the how will be the modus operandi of the people, as they use several names to cover themselves. Since the dark web is where the hardcore of cybercrime happens, we need to develop a cyber threat intelligence for the dark, where we detect, collect, and monitor the data automatically. So analyze and track indicators, but also profile and pattern human beings and behaviors. Remember, we are not rational people. Finally, we must produce real-time prioritized alerts according to what is important for you and your organization. I will go a little fast regarding some examples and case studies of some things that can be found within the dark web. As I said before, you can find everything there. What you see here, I don't know if you are able to read because it's a little small. It says Gulf, it relates to Mexico, by the way. It's a Gulf cartel recruiting. Okay, so what these people are saying, if you want to recruit some people to sell drugs or other type, so here you have the manual. This guy, Maestro Life, he says, he once said, we received once a real-time alerts. And the question was, who is this guy? Okay, because everyone can say, I will attack you, right? But it depends very much who is this guy, where he see within his organization. And you can see here that this guy, for example, he's using several names. In the upper part, you can see that this is called Osiris, besides Maestro Life. So he's using several names. However, he has a reputation on number 7. So within his organization, he has a very high reputation. Okay, I don't know if you see here, this is the reputation of the person. And here you can see he's using several names, different names. What you can see here, and it's very important to note, is what is the dark web social network? Who are these people? Who are their friends? Who are they connecting to? And this is what you can see here. And even it's important to notice how strong is a social relationship between two persons. Another thing that we must analyze, is what is called the situational awareness. If someone is attacking me, it's very important to know if he's started yesterday, or if he started 1 year ago and trying all the time without success, or even with some success. What you can see here is that, I don't know if maybe it's too small for, what you can see here is you can buy fake passports, okay? Mexican passports, you can use them, etc. This example is a bit relevant for Mexico, I think. What these guys are selling here is the credential information, okay? If you know, I think better than me. Mexico credential government information. If you buy and you have access to this information, you can imagine along the type of things you could do. Of course, you can have more details and go more deeper into this kind of information and do this analysis. Who is doing that? For what? What's going on? Because there is a lot of money involved in this type of industries and sub-industries, okay? The same can be seen with other countries as well, with US, and I could give endless examples regarding that. This example is pertain to a financial organization that, by the way, is not relevant anymore, so don't try to use it because they are void. But these are examples, okay? You can see here not only what the login, password, and identity thefts, but even, you know, this question when you forget your password and they ask you what is your mother's maiden name or what was the school you learned when you were a child. So they use this question to recover your password. You can buy and sell all these questions, and I'm not talking even about knowing about identity theft or what you're doing to the person. So we could go from here to a lot of examples regarding identity thefts and credit cards, et cetera, et cetera. So enterprise will invest in building increasingly robust and tailored CTI capabilities. So CTI, the future, in our opinion, will be that CTI will be shared within ecosystems. CTI vendors will become more focused on dynamic and contextual indicators of malicious actors rather than on static indicators. And CTI will help organizations to become more proactive with implementation of threat modeling, active defense, and advanced countermeasure operations. So I try to make the presentation short to enable, if you have any questions, some questions and answers. So I will be glad if you have some questions. Please.
¿Alguien tiene alguna pregunta que quisiera hacer? Avi.
Thank you very much. My name is Prudencio. I'm coming from Morgan Stanley. My question is, when I saw the iceberg, I was totally surprised. You know, I normally use Google or Wikipedia or whatever we could see at the top of the iceberg, but I didn't imagine that there was like a dark web, how we get into there, or only with that you mean to the malicious thing of the network, of the internet.
Okay. Sí, bueno, voy a cambiar al español. Voy a practicar el español. La gente a veces me pregunta cómo sé español, es que estoy viendo telenovelas ya 3 días, pero bueno. ¿Entiendes español, no? Sí. No, porque al principio no se reía, entonces no sabía. Ok, la respuesta es la siguiente. Hay dos conceptos en el mundo donde nosotros vivimos. ¿Okay? Primero es lo que se llama el Deep Web. El Deep Web es todo lo que los search engines normales, como Google, no pueden penetrar. ¿Okay? Pensá, por ejemplo, una base de datos que está protegida con user y password. O sea, Google puede penetrar la primera fase, pero no mucho más de eso. O, por ejemplo, cuando escribes un blog y no le escribes links hacia afuera ni hacia adentro. Digo, a menos que uno sepa el IP, pero Google no puede saber, etcétera, etcétera. O CAPTCHA. ¿Sabes lo que es CAPTCHA? Cuando uno entra a una cuenta bancaria le dicen, bueno, ingresa, te hace una pregunta, ¿cuánto es 2 más 2? Tú tienes que contestar 4. La respuesta es para que, o sea, la idea es que Google no pueda penetrar. Eso es una definición y todo eso se llama Deep Web. Después hay otro concepto que se llama Dark Web, que Dark Web es un subgrupo del Deep Web, que básicamente es con una aplicación que es anónima y encriptada. ¿Okay? Que una de las más populares, que es Tor, por ejemplo, empezó como un proyecto del gobierno americano. Querían permitir que la gente en países donde hay menos libertades puedan comunicarse sin temer, sin tener miedo. O sea, hay una guerra atómica, se terminan todas las comunicaciones, que los altos rangos puedan comunicarse de una forma encriptada. Esa era la idea y realmente había muchas buenas intenciones atrás. Hay un dicho, ya no me acuerdo ni de dónde viene, pero dice que el camino al infierno está lleno de buenas intenciones, o algo parecido. Pero es exactamente lo que pasó ahí. Entonces el Dark Web empezó a atraer un montón de gente que no tenía tan buenas intenciones. ¿Okay? Esa es un poco de historia, cómo llegamos a lo que llegamos, pero hoy en día utilizan el Dark Web. Imagínate que es un mundo donde no hay moralidad, donde es anónimo, nadie sabe. La cantidad de plata que se mueve y que cambia manos es impresionante, es realmente grandísimo. La cantidad de subindustrias en el Dark Web es muy grande. Y ahí pasa todo lo que vimos acá y créeme, es el tip of the iceberg. Hay muchísimo, muchísimo más, que es usado para buenas cosas y usado para no tan buenas cosas.
¿Alguien más? ¿Alguna otra pregunta?
Sí, bueno, buenas tardes. Mi pregunta es, yo como usuario final, no sé, como contador, diseñador gráfico, ¿cómo me protejo? O sea, si para trabajar tengo que dar mis credenciales a instituciones, si el gobierno me da una credencial del IFE y de repente la están vendiendo en esta deep web, ¿cómo me protejo?
Es una excelente pregunta, es una muy buena pregunta. La respuesta muy simple es con cuidado. Es igual que te manejarías en la vida real. Están las tácticas muy conocidas de phishing cuando entras a un lugar. Si algo te parece probablemente sospechoso y como dicen, too good to be true, probablemente lo es. ¿Ok? Hay cosas que dependen de ti y hay cosas que no dependen de ti. Si alguien quiere hacerte un daño, créeme que lo va a hacer. Eso no significa que tengas que moverte con mucha precaucidad. Nosotros, por ejemplo, nos volvemos paranoicos, o sea que la probabilidad baja. No te recomiendo que te vuelvas paranoico, pero sí que te manejes con cuidado.
¿Alguna otra pregunta?
Gracias, buenas tardes. En esta Deep Web hay reglas, hay estructura. ¿Dónde se determinan quién las pone y quién las quita?
Ok. Se me hace a la mente un chiste que me contaron hace poquito, que me decían, la mejor forma de recordar el cumpleaños de tu señora es tratar de olvidártelo una vez. Acerca de tu pregunta, créeme que las reglas las vas a entender muy rápido. En el momento que hay como reglas que no están escritas, ¿ok? Y esas reglas se comentan, se hablan. Cuando uno empieza a entrar más en el tema, realmente empieza a entender esas reglas y de última hay una penalidad si no la respeta. O sea que sí, esas reglas, o sea, se aprenden en el camino.
¿Alguna otra pregunta? ¿No? ¿Nadie más? Bueno, pues yo creo que... Avi, muchísimas gracias. Te vamos a dar un obsequio. Vamos a dar un obsequio por